I'm pretty sure part 16 is the part we're on. Gonna check. Okay, cool. We're actually on part 16. Is that... Really? Are you... Huh. I have no freaking clue. Okay, so this is probably our...
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Is Bard? Are you freaking kidding me?
Did I
They're
hear
on us.
something? Smile, Laugh! I said laugh louder!
No! I'm not in combat! Go! Negative to interaction. I'm retroactively reviewing this entire damn game. Let's just go for this good, positive, negative about this game. Like, the console we're supposed to go to freaking pacify these enemies and go non-lethal. In order to get to it, we had to go for a bunch of enemies. And if we aggro them, we have no freaking choice but to kill them. Because they'll keep on going after us until... And as long as they're going after us, we can't use the console that pacifies them.
I can take a hint.
Do I have to freaking no-clip my way through this damn door? Is there a friggin' like developer console or something? No, there isn't. Or at least not using the tilde key. You freaking break down the damn door. I don't know what Whimsy's gonna think of the situation. Not sure there's a way to sneak past them. I have to put a few of them down quick. I mean, we put a few of them down anyway.
Smile! I want to be your friend! I just wanted to make you smile!
What's 3 more? Four more. 5 more. Ellie, please not now. Sorry. I'm gonna read all of this. Whoa, it's Rizzo's. Trading file corrupted. Please guess how to do your job to the best of your ability. I'm just gonna read these to myself. It just depends on my mood and like how. I mean, if there's something like that's particularly funny, I might just read it aloud, or interesting, I might just read it aloud, or read it back aloud. But We have enough ammo. Well, I make cigarettes. Why am I not surprised? I apologize for our team's outburst at the presentation. I assure you we did intentionally mean to scream in terror in a scene of fetal position, and Spectrum Drown and its slogan were unveiled. It has to be something the marketing lab did. For lost sake, they aren't even real scientists. Yeah, if it's brown, drink it down. No explanation for whatever the hell is going on down here. This, this is long. There's a slug lab. It's probably related to what the hell's going on. Finally finished our first set of experiments on those parasites we harvested from the infected would-be attraction animals. It's also been, what the hell am I doing? Why am I taking this tone? Who's going to see this aside from members of the research team? I barely need to mention how beyond completely phenomenal today's find has been. Not only have we discovered why Harold, the system's saddest teacup canid, had his remarkable turnaround. Frankly, I'm amazed no one realized something was awry earlier. His cage was only about as large as he was. By the way, Myers, there goes your daily adrenal injections, very buffoon. But we've also found something that will prep me to a vice presidential position in no time. Remind me to devote a bench commemorating the Rizzo's semi-industrial exploration team for giving their lives to bring back the Iridonium gigaseus from the Holy Caves. I'll also be certain to devote an even larger bench to myself for finding the birth site of the parasites and ordering experiments to start. I've already been in talks with management about ideas for products that could utilize the parasite's joy-intensifying hormones. It's amazing that Slug hasn't looked deeper into this. We may have had to seed from the land, but seemingly they haven't disturbed our research site. Well, that oversight is Rizzo's immense benefit. Great job, me! Cadaver removal. Don't drink the coffee. I told Blossom we weren't crazy. Every single one of us began to have clinical insomnia, and she tells us it's because we drink too much coffee. Well, it is because of the coffee, or more so what's in the coffee. I had the janitor sweep up the coffee grinds an hour later than usual this morning, and What do you know? I've been asleep all day. And probably have been messing it with our supply. Ask me how, I just know it. They think they're so smart because you know how molecules work? Well, they aren't the only ones that can create a chemical dependency. I got a Pavlovian prank in place with a spectrum Brown presentation that'll cost quite the show. Okay.
Rizzo's could have helped a lot of people with all the bits they poured into this place. Not sure where. Okay, it's not on this floor, so let's go. Wait, okay, there are stairs. Sulfur-soaked top hat. Top hat once belonged to Captain Phazon of Byzantium, last seen on Terror on Monarch, standing much too close to the edge of a sulfur pit. Sponge accessory should serve as a reminder to the many terrible dangers found on Monarch. Further example of why no self-respecting Halcyonite should ever visit. Okay. I cleared this floor. It's just okay.
Dr. Blossom? Captain, we gotta hurry.
Yeah, we gotta loot. I'm sure she won't be any more dead than she already is. Although the cobalt might get away.
Just when we were gonna get some answers.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy
Well,
detected nearby.
If you're the murderer, please give a shout so I know where you are. Oh.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yeah.
Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
You heard gunshots earlier, but the victim's loss of blood is only minimal. It's oddly minimal.
These puncture marks. It looks like she was injected with something.
Immediate error. I still remember hearing some gunshots over the intercom. You don't see any bullet casings. When Dr. Blossom confronted over the intercom, they dispatched her and all four of her scientists without much resistance. It means they must be well trained, some kind of sharpshooter or adventurer.
What an awful place to die. What do you think happened to her?
5 kills. Yeah. There guys have to put intercom. I don't see any casings. Also, I expect more blood. Yeah, before we catch the color, I expect more blood.
The killer might have been in a hurry. I guess that makes sense, if they were after something else.
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
Yeah, the corporation. The error file deleted. Still as the external data cartridge. Parasite findings. Tests involving the parasite Aerodynum gigaseus, locally dubbed slugs, have produced astounding results, even when compared against most promising methods of producing a brain chemical dependency. The pheromone the Aerodynum gigaseus secretes produces dopamine more efficiently than any fan record. Further tests will continue researching how much of the compound we can introduce to subjects and observe the effects. Despite our less than ideal presentation to the administration, the product impressed for two main reasons. I mentioned before, the product will produce that boozy, feel-good stimulus like no other, but more importantly, the pheromone's makeup is completely unique, which means there are no regulations surrounding its classification. The idea of a completely addictive product with zero laws surrounding it would certainly justify any means.
Don't they realize this just makes us more curious about that data file?
Collect all 8 variants of Spectrum vodka. Gathering Tonsi from behind his glass cage. He had pearl band used to work. Yeah, we had to find all, we have a collectathon,
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
on the floor on,
Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
Down the grate. Looks like a standard ventilation set. The dimensions would fit a small frame person, allowing them to enter here.
Looks like a standard ventilation shaft to me. Somebody around my size could have crawled in. Wouldn't have been comfortable or, clean. Ventilation shafts usually turn into sprat nests.
And a fuse box. You see a cut red wire. Likely you think it could have been constructed one of the circuits. Press on the door lock regulation system.
See that red wire? Whoever cut that wire was trying to disrupt the circuit. They could have sealed the lab doors temporarily. At least until the failsafes kicked in.
I should go. They're all in here, then. It might be somewhat easy to do. Wilburger had their left hand permanently discolored to a shade of lime green. Well, that might be useful if... Ooh, recent appointments. Huh. I wish there were subtitles for the freaking jingles.
Got it. Inside voices.
We're halfway there and living on a prayer.
It's not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... Phew. This is Dr. Blossom. Iridanium gigaseous Slug Research Report 1. Subject: a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. It's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
Okay, so I think we've... Right, don't tell me the spectrum thing is just the entire island. I mean, you can't because I can't see chat, but I'm not sure before, but I mean, I don't really use a lot of science opens, especially lake science. I already found all of them, but I. Huh. Wait, it just has a very bad. No, I don't want. That's 1, 2. I guess that is like 5. That's 5. Should we have used these? I was actually knockout gas. I don't know.
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollination cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the mosquitoes for pollination. Cycle is now in progress.
What is that sound? And why am I sure we're about to find out?
Yeah, I mean,
Incoming! Way to go, Pep!
Rizzo's thanks any guests trapped in the orchards for your patience as the pollination cycle commences. Don't forget, our trees and bushes can't pollinate themselves.
I just wanted to make you smile. I just wanted to make you smile.
are you freaking kidding me?
I can't see!
I am not in combat. The enemies are not attacking me currently. Huh?
Mosquito station.
Are we out of combat yet? There are no enemies nearby. I mean, they're over there, but there's a wall between us.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
I don't feel like where you going. Nearsighted. I mean, Whimsy is nearsighted, but she's wearing glasses. And this perk does not mention anything about wearing glasses. So... no. Huh. I guess we did get up to 100% in this timeline? Or maybe... No, I don't think... Those are totally not scripted anywhere else, but here there's something strange about it. Scan the label may keep it a multi-tool.
Tool is comprised of 99% plastic, 0.5% steel, and 0.5% carbonated sugary beverage. Trace amounts of kerosene, alcohol, hydrazine, and liquid hydrogen also detected.
Okay, I got I can actually pause the game. I gotta get some more water. Be back in a minute. Oh, great. Now we need to respec and I'll do engineering. It's a lever to remove the panel. Select a nearby rod of metal and sliding it, meet the panel, push down on it until the panel comes free. If it falls away, you can see it's hiding a slug logo. Conclude examination.
What did you find, Cap?
I think whoever reached the mosquitoes was a slug employee.
Slug runs the hotels. And the spaceport. And law knows what else. So that don't exactly narrow it down.
There are also fill traces on the multi-tool. Could be from the doctor distillation station.
Wonder why someone would leave it here.
I got some snacks, so see for a moment while I'm pause between talking.
No!
I think been recalled. You okay, biped mechanical? Good to hear.
Security Officer Danvers, nightly report number 27. No sign of trouble, but I'm on the lookout. It's out there, I'll find it. Wait, I think I see someone. Approaching now. Excuse me, sir or madam. I require your participation in my nightly security report.
Nicely done.
I don't think I, I investigate down here. Okay. Excuse me? Oh, I can actually fall off. Goodbye, cruel game! My desire to test for invisible walls overcame my desire to,
Easy.
actually roleplay someone with a self-preservation, instinct.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Not my favorite jingle. Not sure to my favorite company, but I don't think any company is my favorite company.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. Of course, I guess it don't much matter, seeing as how you already went and stood in the water, pointing a fancy contraption around. I guess it's no business of mine, but is investigating a pool part of your job?
Because there could be evidence in that
Gee,
pool.
I hadn't thought of that. You're pretty sharp. As you might guess, the pool's closed to the public for the moment. Some of the guests ain't taking kindly to it, but it's better than giving folks diseases.
Since when do they care about folks getting diseases from anything, really? If I have traces of fertilizer in the water, is that normal?
Hell no, it ain't normal. Law almighty, that's a screw-up like none I've ever seen. Almost seems foolish enough it must have been done on purpose. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
Well, about the seems off killer. I'd like to take a look around.
All right. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you could talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you?
That's a question about the pool.
So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
Pretty heavily armed for a pool guard, aren't you?
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
You say the just hired someone to do the cleaning?
Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains. But that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things.
That's everything for now.
Sounds good to me.
I'll be on my way.
Nice.
No, I ain't. What the hell? Yes, I am supposed to be here. No, I don't think the waiter is coming back with our drinks. Might be my fault. Sorry.
Okay. Hey, I heard that.
The brochure never mentioned anything about mosquito attacks. What other dangers are they hiding from us?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
This?
This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee.
Trying to spell the name of her killer?
This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
Isn't Black Hole Birdie standing here? Staying here?
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
Anything else I should know about?
Accessing guest database. B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. Burbage 3001.
I know this for later.
This
After
evidence
fire.
has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved compliment. Splendid work, Inspector.
Thanks. Also, don't patronize me.
What floor would you like to visit?
VIP guest floor?
So sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
A penthouse suite?
Next up, the finest seat in the house.
Prepare to be vaporized, unwanted pathogen!
Hello?
Oh, sweet gibbering law! Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you. Here looks like a Rizzo's mascot in my room going through my things.
Looks can be deceiving, friend. For example, what looks like misappropriation may, in fact, be a misunderstanding. I seem to have wandered into the wrong premises. I have mistaken this penthouse for the Rizzo's Rangers locker room on account of my headgear cutting off my peripheral vision.
Hey, I need more determination. Not gonna hurt you. Just relax and tell me what you're up to.
Fair enough. You seem pretty decent. Also, you're guarding the only way out. I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
I found it already? That's not a lie. I found a message. I mean, it was very incriminating, so that's probably a lie, but... Hurry, we got time. Tell me everything.
It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. In fact, I'm experiencing enormous mental anguish right now. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Huh. Oh, you're staying put.
I can't. I'm so incredibly sorry. But I can't. Please try and understand. I don't want to end up like Ms. Bellamy. Meet me over by the pilot house. It's the land complex with the big old engine that keeps us flying. I'll tell you everything I know, I swear.
What?
I can't talk here. Do what you need to do, then meet me later over by the pilot house.
How do I know you're not gonna just escape or get killed? Later. Also, why do you... all of you...
You think they'd object to me setting up a tanning station here?
Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
I need to find a way to get like a remote communicator to her or something.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The waspitos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And more than a few lives. This doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Reach for a cigarette. I'm not going to. Whimsy may occasionally drink, but she does not smoke. Yeah, you can say that.
You have my attention.
Unless she has like some sort of artificial cigarette thing for this effect. And Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
Yeah, she was in trouble when I found her. The other workers had turned happy and violent. All I know is she recognized the killer.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
I insist on touring the Rizzo's RR&DD lab.
Insisted. That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
He spent a little time at the orchards. I found evidence he was at a picnic.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Someone stole data for one of your terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the Wasquito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
Well, you know when I learned anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
The hotel has a coroner. Like its own coroner. That's... Never mind. Oh yeah, why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
There's something about my tone as a text I'm joking.
My apologies. I can tell you're not, as they say in Terra 2, twisting my limb. I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service, I think.
That's some pretty interesting things to say about Black Hole Birdie.
Such as?
Birdie is secretly literate. He's worried Helen might have tried to blackmail him. Very convinced to break into my room. You didn't know about this?
I most certainly did not. My policy toward Eridanos is one of, shall we say, benign negligence. I keep my distance and don't involve myself unless necessary. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
I'll take your word for it.
Was there anything else?
I'll be back. Whimsy out. Inspector Whimsy out.
What floor would you like to visit?
Let's all go to the lobby.
Why, hello there. Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom.
Pleased to finally meet you.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm glad to meet you too. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
Nice to meet someone with a pleasant tone that doesn't have a weird hand-like appendage growing out of her neck. Never mind. You operated the elevator, right? Can both got push the buttons themselves?
Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing shoulders with CEOs. It'd be anarchy. Plus, there's always the risk a guest chips a nail or loses a ring on a button. It's an extra effort, but the Grand Colonial prides itself on personalized service in all things. That and the elevator still works if I'm ever not around. I do take occasional breaks and sleep every so often.
You ask about the freaking intruder? You know anything about Halsey and Helen's murder?
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator, as usual. The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people coming through. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serials starring Ms. Helen, though I did find them prone to repetitive plot structures. But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the guests don't run off?
Have marauders been a problem with the Grand Colonial before?
Well, not necessarily, but they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the marauders like the vermin they are. Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons.
Bye. Okay. The hotel corner is all the way over there. Okay, apparently that's... The meeting spot is the next part of the... Okay. We have like multiple quest lines now, so...
With Halcyon Helen gone, does that mean
Easy.
What the? I was going to wash my hands, I swear.
Oh, sorry. I just used to... Huh.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
you mind washing your hands before you gave me anything?
Oh, don't be so squeamish. You won't find any viscera under my fingernails. I trimmed them just this morning. Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, you know, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
Like a laxative? I found traces of laxative in a... It's obviously trying to poison Helen.
Almost certainly. Well, possibly they were trying to make her extremely uncomfortable, but I suppose killing her would also satisfy that criterion.
It wasn't just a hotel food?
A thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, just the hotel food.
You did what?
I did science. You know, my profession. The thought occurred to me. I slightly elevated.
We were talking, you called her Ruth Bellamy, not Halsey and Helen.
Oh, how curious. I do believe you're right. I wonder if this has something to do with the autopsy process. She was Halcyon Helen up until the moment I brought her to the operating table. But as soon as I cut her open, I stopped thinking of her as Halcyon Helen. It's almost as if she stopped being an icon and became a human being.
Yes, that makes sense.
I had a feeling you'd understand.
Talk later?
Inspector.
Apparently that ends the conversation entirely. That should not be interaction or information negative. It probably would be... I don't know, if... These are replacement models of a discrepancy amplifier filled with backups of a wash module. A little raised in case of careless inspector. Huh, I'll just go around. Or through. Let's try to go through. Maybe. Definitely. Or not. I don't know. I'll go.
Your stay.
Here we go.
Something's bumming me out. What the? What was that?
They got the drop on us.
Dang it! I know for sure you people can be cured. Well, super can't. Especially when you're this level of infected.
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something?
May I ask a question regarding your coworker, Evan O'Connell?
Sure. He in trouble or something?
I think he might be.
Well, shit. What happened? Is he alright?
He didn't show up for work today. Did he? When did you see him last?
I just had a shift with Evan at the Purpleberry Orchards. Kind of. We were supposed to haul some crates, but he was drunk when I got there. I took him to room 82 under the hotel so he could sleep it off. Guess he was drunker than I thought if he didn't show for work.
I better go check.
I'd appreciate it if you did. I'd like to know he's okay.
I have some stuff to do before that, but
Oh, look here. I could use a new pair of glasses. Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
why do I have a bogey on my radar? I mean, why do I ever have it? There. Would it be considered a bogey? I'm not sure what. Maybe it's just missiles are also like
Even if he is, no one will think you dress
hostile. Maybe it would be whatever.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy.
That's exactly what I was talking about. It might. I was trying to warn her, them, him. I can't make any real assumptions of her gender identity.
Detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life.
Yeah, they've got there's a puncture wound near his collarbone. I'm having trouble finding an exit wound.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death?
Firearms. Not conventional weapon either.
Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler.
The Needler?
Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded by Halcyon Helen. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge.
And before we go, you think he missed his outfit?
This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
It's potential evidence, yeah? Let's move your shoulders to see if anyone's watching and reach down and move the mascot's gear. Alright, let's get out of here. I need to search this place for clues.
This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected.
A concentration of ethanol. Seems someone's brewing moonshine with antiseptics.
Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport.
I'll take a step as long as I'm going to the trouble of, picking these locks. It's all potential evidence, right?
Hey, you can see into the hotel rooms with that thing. Hey, you can see into the hotel rooms with that thing. Unofficial logs. Celebrity settings.
Since the rulers will refer the bills and send them all back, Willer fine pallet. Every day, House in Hill was enjoying a spectrum on the terrace. The stars really are just like the rest of us. Some of the rangers started tussling in one of the fountains. The garden automatic spent hours propping the flowers back up. What fun, guys. Station bingo. Initial if you see one of the following on your ship. First, the free wins. Teacup cannons and matching outfits. D. It really should count twice. One for each cannon. Someone flying off edge of island. Tristan Greenhouse. H. It's all windows. Why would anyone do this? Terror Ray slams in the hotel window. D. Artisan. Oh, Primal on Hotel Island. Clear skies, just a storm. Phaeton steered around it. This is a storm, Phaeton adjusted course. Clear skies, this is storm, Phaeton revised heading. Clear skies. Okay. Oh, you actually go into the hotel? Okay. Maybe, I don't know. Guess we'll find out. This is another entryway into the building.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
It's a different location.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Inspector, good to see you. Let me just grant you access and... Welcome to the Piraeus Spaceport.
Trouble ahead.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you, and by we, I mean Slug. Been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector? See, Slug Light Underground don't like that much.
He's trying so hard. It's actually kind of sad.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector. Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn breadworm, draw!
I'm Inspector Bell. Sticking my nose where it doesn't belong is my job.
Well, you ain't gonna stick that nose anywhere ever again.
I'm saying we need medical. Wait, you're saying Slug asked me to investigate and now it wants me dead?
Quick, everyone, get him!
Their mistake.
Oh, what? Oh, stun them. Helpful, but not very helpful. No, good job for anyone who already gun and empty pockets. There's a special been looking into the murder of Halsey and Helen. The client wants you to cross them off. Don't worry about subtlety. In fact, don't be subtle. Just make sure that once you created a job, you visit the rearmost bunk. Put on the uniforms you'll find folded under the mattress. After that, feel free to cause a ruckus. Please try to let them know that Slug territory is off limits. The reward's 40,000 bits plus all the enhancing chemicals you could ever want. The Marketeer. Right there.
Huh?
I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Ms. Helen's death.
If I were the killer, I'd hide the body in one of those crates. No one would find it for years.
Hey, I saw your ship. The Unreliable, right? It's a real beauty.
What do you want?
Let me ask you a few questions, Mr. Halcom.
Not so loud. How'd you know it was me?
Inspector, a damn good one.
Yeah, that makes sense. You must be a good one to sniff me out. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto.
Incognito.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's kinda neato. Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
I could help. I was hired to solve Helen's murder, after all.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope
That's
you
what
have
I've been
more
trying
luck
to tell
figuring
you.
things out than me. You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer. So, how do I help?
What were you doing the night Helen died?
I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers.
What?
You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
I think he means drunk.
The team
I
noticed
kinda
I
got
was in
that.
a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air.
Probably a good
We
call.
ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow. There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her.
What'd you steal a cow for?
I don't know. We were drunk, and we made bad choices. She was all alone. I know how that feels now. It's so hard to be all by your lonesome. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time.
Uniform from the pilot house backed it up?
I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. I was looking for where Helen stashed her data pad for safekeeping, right? She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief.
Did you find it?
Sure did. Only there was a guard out there who found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was.
What'd you do?
Long story short, I got out of there. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone.
No, you weren't spinning for the sun, so you're done. Where'd you
I
go?
didn't know where I was going, but my legs took me straight to my friend's... to my... fridge-rator.
Hurry, come on, man. Who was it?
I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble.
How having witness puts you in much bigger trouble?
Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down.
Well, thanks, I follow work.
That sounds like a good idea. So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again.
Let's see the data pad.
Oh, yeah, you'll probably want to... Yeah, of course. Of course. Helen sure did have the prettiest handwriting.
Sorry about Helen, Birdie.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Sorry. Here you go, Inspector. Hopefully they make more sense to you. I couldn't make heads or tails of them. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours
Both,
to crack
maybe?
notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing.
And so I'll take a look at them.
Okay. And listen, I want to help you find our killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble.
Sorry, I can't let the suspect be part of the investigation.
I get it. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else?
You're free to go.
Somehow, I don't think the freelancers and sublight agents are staying at the Grand Colonial.
Hey, pal. Over here. Hey there. You looking to unwind, friend? Maybe you're on your way to the bar for a good time? Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or Adreno? Something with a little more kick?
Better than beer? What are you selling?
The name's Auric. I deal in, shall we say, holistic pharmaceuticals, natural substances and the like. You know, alternative stuff. I know. Ooh, it came out of the ground. That's where worms live. I get it. I do. Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort accelerators? Says it right on the Anti-Cleo's box. Better than nature, right? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, pal. Those pharmaceuticals the corporations manufacture, not all of them are as good for you as the board wants you to believe.
Really? Yeah, I've noticed as much.
Alternatives. That's the way to go, pal. Trust me. No matter what ails you, I got what you need.
I like to ask a question about Bertie Holcomb.
Wait, you ain't a sheriff, right? You gotta tell me if you're a sheriff.
Actually, I don't, but, I'm actually a freelance inspector brought in to investigate the death of Halsey and Helen.
I'll be honest, I don't really know where that puts us.
Yeah, I'm not going to arrest him, but I don't know if that's allowed. I'm not bringing trouble, I just want to talk.
All right, fine. Yeah, I know Birdie. So what?
You taught Bertie some breathing techniques.
Yeah, that was me. Birdie's got a temper, but he's not a bad kid, you know? He's trying to work on it.
How do you know Bertie?
He may or may not buy alternatives from me from time to time. A little diluted mantis or essence here, a little vitamin B negative there.
What for?
He's stressed out of his mind, the poor guy. Everyone knows his name. Can't turn around without having to sign an autograph. Then you throw in playing tossball for a living. Violence like that, it does things to a body. It does things to the head.
How do you mean tossball does things to the head? I'm not really familiar with tossball, actually. I can kind of imagine, but give me some...
Come on. Birdie's a damn good hacker, but taking that many blows to the noggin would scramble anyone's upstairs business. I know it's knocked a few of his memories loose. I worry about him, that's all. He's a good kid. Got a good heart.
I kind of intuited that. Was Birdie a few other night also in... Helen was killed?
Yeah. Damn shame about that. Birdie thought the world of Helen, you know. He showed up drunk at my place wanting to talk about the breakup. Helen dumped him, he said. Boy, was he in a bad way. I'd never seen him like that before. We talked for a while, and when he felt better, I sent him back to the hotel. Told him to drink more water and get some sleep.
That's all for now. board mandated. I still understand what it's singing. I'm assuming we're going to the penthouse. Yep.
You think they'll let us expense the booze?
Inspector?
Managed to track down Black Hole Birdie.
I'm pleased to hear that. Bertie Holcomb is a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers property. When Helen was murdered, Bertie was nowhere to be found. The timing of his disappearance is unfortunate.
He's something of a character, but he's harmless. I feel a little bad for him.
Try not to feel too bad for him. Bertie is a brilliant athlete. The universe has balanced his talent by making him a slackwit.
Stevens had a bad influence on her. There's an incident with a woolly cow.
Yes, I know about the woolly cow. Constable Keene had Bertie's teammates arrested for unauthorized inebriation of livestock. Bertie himself was nowhere to be found during the incident. Ironically, if Keene had arrested him, he'd have the perfect alibi. Be plain with me, Inspector. Do you believe Black Hole Bertie killed Helen?
I really don't.
I'm relieved to hear that. I happen to be something of a fan of the hack attack. I'd hate to see him processed for murder, but we need to be absolutely sure. I'd like you to continue your investigation. Notify me as soon as you're ready to make a formal accusation.
He agreed to say it, did he?
I appreciate that. I'd rather keep Bertie within the public eye than let him languish in a bar at the docks. If you're through investigating Bertie, I recommend looking into Cedric Kincannon. He's been entirely too comfortable since we began this investigation. I don't trust Cedric when he's comfortable.
I'll be back.
Hello there, my inordinately... Oh, you're the one who visited me. Hello again. Thanks so much for brightening my day. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
I visited.
Oh, so sorry, but you're...
Whatever. Guess we need to go inside. We'll see if we can gain access or if there's other steps that we need to take.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
I need access to the VIP guest floor.
I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. If I let you up there, I'll never hear the end of it.
Well, I guess you have a problem with me being up there would be the murderer.
That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. That has a nice ring to it. Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done. You can now come and go as you please.
Bye.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Yeah, it's the VIP guest floor.
Black Hole Birdie. Be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of a non-industry lout. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste more of my time, I suggest we begin rehearsing. Ready? You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology.
Draw my weapon. You'll never take a healthy end, mate, you fiend!
How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust. Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. Oh, no, this is curious indeed. Who are you, and how did you get in here?
Name's Whimsy, I'm a ship captain.
And yet you found your way to my humble hotel room. Why do I feel there's more of a reason for you to be here than you let on? I think I know, you cheeky little sprat. Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something a little more personal? Undergarment signatures have been popular of late, or so I've heard.
Make a rejector. How about you sign this? I'm here for an autograph. I'm here to ask them some questions.
Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? The only staffer cleared for guest room entry is the inspector for Bellamy's murder. Oh. Oh! Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply with your search for the fiend that did Bellamy in. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me, back when I starred in the Marauder's Bane. The absolute picture of justice. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer.
I heard you were poisoned.
Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop about his slop preparation. He must have tainted my meal in retaliation.
Maybe anyone other than the chef who have wanted to harm you?
None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect that they deserve.
Why don't you go to the clinic for your stomach pains?
Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolrich, Aetherwave star, spotted in gastronomic distress. Oh, unseemly hardly describes the half of it.
According to the coroner, Helen was also poisoned.
How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that I'm standing here before you.
Helen wasn't killed by the poison.
Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate us both, disrupt the product launch. I couldn't say, Inspector. I'm merely an actor.
That's all I wanted
Very
to know.
well, then.
I wonder if we could too about your activities in the hotel.
Oh, have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense.
I found a bottle of tainted liquor. Maybe it has something to do with your poisoning.
That, yes. Yes. I distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints.
Got my eye on you.
I'm quite used to being breathlessly watched.
I was going to ask you something about the murder.
Certainly. But one quick question before we begin, if I may. How was it that Bellamy met her end?
He was poisoned and shot with plasma.
How awful. Whoever did this must have been quite heartless.
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I was meditating, of course. That's how I get into character.
Can anyone corroborate that?
Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to commune with others while meditating.
You were meditating, really?
All actors have their methods, and this has been mine ever since I met that wonderful prophet of profitability. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. The director wanted our suffering to be convincing. Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second-degree burns afterwards. I owe that woman much.
How long have you worked with the prophet?
Actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it, a few weeks. I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really should.
Back to matter questions.
I'll answer whatever you wish.
You know Helen well?
Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa's Meteoroids.
Must not have been too flattering. I was starting alongside a younger actress.
Oh, it wasn't. And don't think I haven't picked up on your tone. Resenting Bellamy is one thing, but killing her is another completely. It's also beneath me.
Speaking theoretically, how would you have killed the victim?
Oh, come now, Inspector. What do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. Besides, I have my reputation to think of.
Back to better questions.
I suppose that is enough on that grim subject.
I have more questions to ask you about the poisoning.
Oh, must I relive that ghastly event again? My intestines still have yet to fully recover. But I suppose we may discuss it further.
Oh.
Very well, then.
Hold on something. Who are you exactly?
I'm sure you're joking.
I've been living under a
no doubt
frozen
the name Spencer Woolrich
rock.
On many a serial advertisement throughout your travels.
I may have seen your name around.
You think? I mean, yes, of course. You have, obviously.
It sounds familiar. Bye.
Initiating banter protocol. Now simulating familiar and welcoming demeanor. Burbage 3001 is trained to recognize all board-approved actors. Greetings, fellow star. Your performance in Maverick Johnston's latest drama was memorable.
Yes, I'm a star. Flatter me like it's in your programming.
Initiating sycophantic protocol. Generating random flattery table. Where do you get your inspiration? This unit would like to talk to you about your craft. This unit has been programmed to simulate envy. Flattery table exhausted. Sycophantic protocol ended. Reverting to default behavior. Grieving and despair. Oh, Halcyon Helen. You will be missed.
You Halcyon held?
Burbage 3001 was designed to disrupt Halcyon Helen's monopoly over the Aetherwave serial market. This unit's programming is based on Helen's most famous roles. Burbage 3001. Anything Halcyon Helen can do, this unit can do slightly worse.
Does that include dying?
This unit has been programmed to simulate existential dread. Watch Burbage 3001 contemplate its mortality in the critically acclaimed drama, Waiting for Results. This unit has not yet completed its grief cycles, randomizing despair tables. Oh, Helen, is there no justice in the world?
I see you've had some work done. Who upgraded you?
Burbage 3001's programming is frequently upgraded to adhere to board-certified standards. The most recent upgrade was performed by Spencer Woolrich. Banter protocol exhausted. Reverting to default behavior. Grieving and despair. Oh, Halcyon Helen, may your atoms be commended to the Aether.
Excuse me.
This unit has not yet completed.
I'm leaving. there anything else can I talk to you about the robot?
You're here. I hope you have the photon proto-distributor, or we're never leaving this damn facility. That was from the Twin Spies. I played a sentient mechanical. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer.
Goodbye.
You gotta teach me that. You got nimble fingers, Captain.
Very punch.
Nicely done.
Huh. I can't scan that? Try to
This
explain the,
unit has not yet completed its grief cycles, randomizing despair tables. Oh, Helen, is there no justice in the world?
it's weird that they can't actually investigate this. You are talented, you are magnificent, you are try for others to be around, you are definitely not a too big hack. Bring life to the world around you through the art of theater.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terrorray, blood, terrorray, unidentifiable biological fluids, terrorray.
These substances added later?
Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not present in the bottle's original contents.
Is it toxic?
These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terrorray biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
Let's move on. I doubt we can question him further about that.
I'm getting worried about our mascot. Haven't seen him for a spell.
I'm getting worried
He's
about our mascot.
kind of
Haven't seen him for a spell.
Deceased now.
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you?
I have some questions about Halsey and Helen's murder.
Oh, you must be that inspector people have been talking about. It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So, what did you want to know?
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keene's cells down at the spaceport. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually happens when we all get to drinking. Guess Constable Keene saw things a bit differently and had us hauled off.
Tell me about Birdie and Helen.
Birdie was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Birdie was not blessed with an abundance of temper. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them.
You think he might have killed Helen?
What? Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have laid a finger on Miss Helen.
You think of anyone who would want to kill Helen?
Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself. Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen's brand of blunt honesty.
Talk about something
What can
else.
I do for you?
That's all for now.
Is that a woolly cow? Why is there a woolly cow in the hotel? Also, why do I smell alcohol?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
I have a few questions for you.
Multiple discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present in this hotel room. Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodations. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. Alcohol sanguinization ratio exceeds recommended maximum.
Dang it. I need more science. What's the business party?
A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes belonging to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Club.
Is Buckle Birdie here?
Insufficient data. A brief survey of localized property damage, divided by the area of this room, yields the following estimate. This unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
Okay. Oh, this is stealing. Probably rooms we can break into. That's definitely not blood. Huh. Huh. Okay, so this is stealing apparently. Very inconsistent.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Ajax is the colonial. You're gonna head there, call it a night. What the heck? I was trying to. Rapid phobia. I don't know.
Incidents don't belong in Byzantium.
This place is more exciting than I thought.
Get rid of the bodies!
I hope I didn't get blood on my clothes.
Oh, you got that?
It's practicing. Great.
Incoming!
Huh. Turns out the possibly found multiple specimens Jenkins had already started excavating the habitat when I arrived, and when he'd been in a usually good mood since I got here. Please send some additional personnel for capture, delivery of specimens to RNRDD. RNDD. And D&D. Okay. Eh. Oh. At this point, I'm almost wondering if I should start selling these things.
Nice one!
Here they come!
Ah! Stop moving around so much! Wilderness Exploitation Reserve.
Is this supposed to keep the critters in or the guests out?
Legal hunting supplies.
Gunther, I need to ask you something.
Who in the hell is Gunter? I told you to call me Hunter. Come on.
Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat.
I can't say I have. I can sell you a new hat if you want. Or some fine, legally obtained hunting supplies. You could go get that mechanical thief yourself.
She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back. Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business, but have you seen a stray mechanical wandering about?
What's it look like? We want to know the rest of this one. And you better go catch it!
3 legs, conical body, wearing a worker's hat, woefully unsuited for combat.
Oh, like somebody that should be wandering around a dangerous reserve.
Well, normally I'd be inclined to disagree with you. Betty's a big girl and can steer clear of danger, but it's been a little too long.
I overheard your conversation earlier. You want to explain exactly what's
Seems
happening?
I'm running my mouth too much. My mechanical Betty up and wandered away a couple days back. I've been trying to track her, but the beasts make it hard. Personally, I prefer my organs inside my body. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself, but like my machine, I'm not combat inclined.
We can help her out, right? Won't take too long if we're on the job.
I know it's a pain, but I think I need some outside help. Job or no job, I'm not leaving Betty out in the wastes.
I'll keep an eye out.
Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her. being unemployed, I mean. Be lonely being
Unemployed?
If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines should send her back home.
Welcome to Hunter Legal's Legal Hunter Supplies. I am Hunter Legal. How might I help you today?
Let me see what you're selling.
Hunter Supplies. Get your Hunter Supplies.
I think these are... Eh. I'm just gonna go ahead and save here.
Okay.
So as always, there's a bunch of things you can do. It'll take a few seconds of your time with other things that are a bit more involved. But of course, all of that is entirely up to you. And so I want to thank you very much for watching. And until next time,